So, Wendy, we've spoken a lot over the last couple of months about your job building an ecosystem for Pulsant from scratch. So today you're going to be talking about how you're moving on to the next level. So can you just tell us, what have you been working on for the last few months?
Yes, it's like the big reveal day,
Yes,
Doug.
exactly.
I feel as though it's the culmination of a year's worth of effort. But yeah, we've just launched our partner ecosystem. The team have been working so hard, so I want to say massive thanks to them for that. But yeah, we've been talking about it. Ecosystems are obviously a hot topic, but we've been working to really get the visibility for a lot of the technology providers first, so that we can have that launch. It's now live on our website. So for the first time ever, some of the technology providers can start to see who else is in our technology ecosystem. And start to work on some really interesting collaborations, which actually has started before we even got the website launched, because we've started to get partners thinking about how they can collaborate together to build new and innovative solutions. So yeah, really exciting.
Fantastic. And you were just telling me before we came on that there's a few steps to it, and one of them is about visibility. So for instance, you have to get their permission first, right?
Yeah, because I guess in the data center world, mostly people want to be... They're quite discreet about the data centers that they use. So yeah, we've had to work collaboratively with people just to get their permission to have their name on our website, and we show a summary of the solutions that they build with Pulsant, and also some of the additional capability that they have, because we know a lot of the time with a lot of the solution providers, they need more skills than they have, and they want to be able to go to work with someone else who's got them.
Yeah, definitely. And it is topical. I was out at Canalis in October, and one of the analysts stood up on stage and was talking about what you need to be successful as a partner in such a straitened, against such a straitened backdrop. And one of the things they said was peer-to-peer, partner-to-partner. It's not new, but it's becoming more important. And one of the reasons for that is AI. You just can't do everything.
Yeah.
And I think another reason they said was data sovereignty, to build sovereign solutions as well. So there is more of a requirement for partners to gang together to produce an end-to-end solution. I think it's fair to say that. Is that what you're experiencing as well?
100%. It's really interesting, isn't it? Because this sort of spirit of cooperation and co-selling and partnership does seem to be much more prevalent, whereas it feels like, I feel as though in my career to date, it was much more competitive. We've just been doing a podcast series all about data sovereignty. And actually, when you pull the thread on data sovereignty, what you see is this is not about one particular issue. This is about data strategy. So then you need skills around about compliance and regulation. You need skills around about performance. You need skills to identify what workloads should sit where. You need private cloud providers. You need public, so you need so many things, and very few organizations have all of that. So I think what we're finding is clients want to work with a collaboration of providers. So we make that easy through the ecosystem. And then we also know that the technology providers want to work together. Sometimes that's a joint solution. Someone will front it and someone will sit behind them. Sometimes they'll go together as a sort of, peering together. So there's lots of different versions of it. But I guess for me, what I'm proud of is that we've actually made this happen, because I feel like there's a lot of talk about it, but what does that really mean,
Yeah, no, true. And so over the last few months, we've talked about, Pulsant, you've obviously come on board a few years ago. You've launched the partner program last year. Now you've launched this. So what's next for Pulsant's partner strategy?
I can just relax now, Doug. So what I'm looking forward to is we're going to start planning out for events next year. We're trying to think about, actually, if you look, we talk about the Pulsant map where our data centres are across the UK. So it'll be really interesting to see where those partners are geographically. So we can maybe think about having more regional events, which I would love, because I'm a big fan of supporting sort of regional digital ecosystems. But then also maybe thinking about having events, whether it's focused on a particular topic like data sovereignty and then all the different components that are needed for that. Obviously, AI is still a huge topic, and we know that as people are moving more into that sort of inference stage, that there's going to be a lot more discussions there. The website's amazing, but that digital, and what I want is where you get real people in a room, because we've done events like that before, and when you get people talking, that's where the ideas start to spur and it just starts to take off.
Great. Well, that sounds good to me. So, no, thank you for joining us today, Wendy, and yeah, appreciate your time.
Great. Thank you so much, Doug.